What is the okay? This is the solution. This is the solution. So now I get what you're talking about. The solution is that job is not your priority. That is the solution. Women, remember I said dichotomy of purpose. Women believe the purpose is their job. That's why they're miserable. That job does not give purpose. In fact, women do that thinking that that's what gives men purpose because women are actually just trying to be identical to men. Everything women are doing in modern times, they're trying to match men. Well, men get high off pride. Women got it wrong. We don't get purpose from the job. We get purpose from the job giving us the ability to provide for our purpose, which is our family, which is also our family. So they got it wrong. They give all they can give to a job that's going to replace them two
Well,
days
they're
after they
there
die.
in their defense. They're there majority of the day. If you have a full time job, you're kind of there majority of the day.
It's still not your priority.
It's
What?
not
So
your
what?
you
Yeah,
know it's not your priority. Especially when you leave, it's not your priority.
yeah.
However, it does kind of occupy most of your time, like most of your day. Like there's no way around it. Like it just is what it is. So in order for you to take that away and say, okay, you don't want her to have this problem, you have to take it out of the workforce.
No, you don't. What? So this is what I keep saying. No, you don't have to take her out of the workforce. We're talking about a mental prioritization process here. Meaning, if more women had the mindset that my home is my number one priority,
I think
this
most women
job,
do have that
this job is
that
no,
mindset.
no, 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 Shan, don't play that shit here. They do not. They
Jesus.
do not.
In your
Most
life, you don't see that women don't have so the women in your life, they don't prioritize their homes. They're not good
So
family women.
so so let me put it in better perspective.
Because I
Do
don't.
you think so? This is the order. This is the order of family. A
Okay,
woman's first priority is supposed to be her husband and or her
right. But if
man.
she's not married,
Second, secondary is supposed to be her children, and thirdly, maybe she could prioritize that job.
but
Do
men
you
aren't
think?
marrying,
No,
so
but
black men
this
don't
is what I'm
marry.
saying. Well, what I'm saying is that throughout a woman's life, you need to prepare her with this setup anyway. So she needs to be thinking that when I do get married, so in fact, put it this way: the women who understand this are married. The women who behave like wives are married. They got a
Not
ring.
necessarily true.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
it's true.
incorrect.
That is
That
true.
is incorrect.
Most
There's
women that
there,
are
there are
feminine.
women. There are women. Right? Don't do that. There are women right now who are acting like wives. They're not on the internet and they are being used. They are in these as holders in these relationships, and they're not being married. You're not going to sit here and act like it. You're not going to sit here and act like every
Oh,
person that you have come across, every woman is out here in these streets. It's just not going to happen.
it's not that they're out here in these streets, Shan, but ask them. But you kind of told on yourself already, because
How I tell myself.
you said, well, not yourself, but you kind of gave away the position already. These women are associating with men that they should not be
Oh, for
associating with.
sure. But I
So
don't.
that's their fault.
I would not disagree with that. But do you think? So is it safe to say the 48% that are married are the men who are marriageable?
Huh? So, I'm
So
sorry,
is
my
it
wife.
safe to say the 48%, if they're of age that are married, are the ones that are marriageable?
48% of men.
That are married, they're the
Yeah.
ones that are marriageable.
Damn. I'm sorry. Y'all threw me all the way off. I'm lost
So
now.
there are 52% of men who've never married.
Yep.
Is it safe to say they're not marriageable?
All of them.
The ones that are of age.
I wouldn't say all of them aren't marriageable.
So
Some of
what
them
will
are
make them?
marriageable.
So what will make them marriageable?
Oh yeah, that's actually a great question. That's a great question. I think a large majority of the men that we call incels are actually marriageable men. What women have done is price themselves out of the market by saying men need to have this, and this. So let's not base it off of anything we think. Let's base it off of what we know and the outcomes that other people have that we call Americans. So
Mhm.
if you look at the average Mexican couple, if you look at the average Indian couple, these people get married younger than we do.
They
And
do.
all the man has to have is a job and ability to provide a roof over that woman's head.
For
So
sure.
if you want to use that as simple parameters to say this man needs to be well adjusted, non-abusive, right? Non-abusive, able to hold a stable job. Most men that we call incels are marriageable men.
Let me say this too. It's funny that you mentioned Mexican men because I have a few that live behind me.
Mhm.
Um, And in the time frame in which they moved behind me, they dug a pool. They have a pool now. They made a deck. I saw them out there chopping a tree down.
Yep.
They're constantly doing things to their house. Meanwhile, my next door neighbor, who is married,
Yeah.
used to be, y'all already know the story, used to have 2 women living next door. The house was always nicely kept. The house got sold in January. $500,000 house. Man and a woman over there. That yard has not been mowed since.
You said
Wait.
they're old. We just have this discussion?
Old. 50 years old is not old.
Didn't we just have this discussion?
We had it in the chat, but we're having this conversation right now. 50 is not old.
Can we just backtrack for one moment? I want to make sure what I
Jan
heard.
Don't want this smoke. She don't want this smoke.
He's trying to compare men to Mexican men.
She don't want to have this grass debate.
Give me 1 second, because I heard something that I'm not sure I heard. I just want clarification. Trigger Mike, did I hear you say that most incels are marriageable men?
So hold on. I said most men that we call incels. So remember, there are men.
What's the definition of incels?
Huh?
Involuntarily celibate. That means that women don't want them.
Yes. And I would say most of the black women that call black men incels, they've priced themselves out of the market and set their standards too high.
Do black women call men incels?
Wait, hang on. Yeah. So yes. And I think they do it.
I've never called a man an incel. Ever.
Shan, you and I are not the kind of women that would do that. But there are women out there that would do that. So I think we should be honest about that. But here's my thing, right? Not that I agree with it. Typically, though, the men that get called incels are men who display this deep-seated hatred towards women. So there's a cognitive dissonance that's happening right now about how they're marriageable. Like if they're displaying in their character that they hate women, how are they marriage material?
Okay, so that's the only popular word I know. But what I'm really saying is that the group of marriageable men by with regular standards, if you use regular standards for what qualifies a man for marriage, but yet women don't desire them. And really I'm talking about black women.
And what would that be? Can you tell me those standards?
The average black woman today, and we talk about this.
No, I'm talking about the standard, just a man. Just tell me the quality, the great qualities that these men have that makes them a good husband.
Have a stable job. Willing to be monogamous.
No matter what the cost, no matter what the income is.
No matter what the income is, I would just say, what is it? Average income.
Okay.
So 44,000.
Oh, where you live, because that's not the average income in Atlanta. But go ahead.
Well, I'm talking national average. National average.
So you're saying that the national average should be so even in California or Boston, because those are not normal.
Why do you get so granular? I'm
just asking you to clarify.
I said
just
national
the national
average
for the national average for your area. Is that what you're asking?
Okay, national average for your area, whatever area you're at.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so whatever area you're at, man makes average income, ability to hold a stable job, non-abusive. All right, and yeah, that's what I would say is a marriageable man.